Hello and welcome to iDivas. If you don't know who I am, I'm Trisha, and I'm passionate about inspiring women to not just hang in there, but to thrive. My partner and I saw Respect this weekend, and we absolutely loved it, and I thought it would be fitting to share my thoughts on the movie with you today. So let's start with the cast. Jennifer Hudson killed it. She totally embodied Aretha. She even learned how to play the piano for the role. And Aretha actually handpicked Jennifer Hudson to play her. Without doubt, the Queen would have been proud. She was fabulous. She should get an Oscar for this, and if she doesn't, I'd be really surprised. Forrest Whitaker, Marlon Wayans, also, who else starred in it? Mary J. Blige were all featured in supporting roles, and they were all fantastic. Okay, now let's get into the plot. The film focuses on Aretha's life during the 60s, and before a concert, Dr. King honors Aretha with an award from the Southern Christian Leadership Center in Detroit, proclaiming February 16th, I believe, as Aretha Franklin Day. And although, she was very much an activist, I am really glad that the film didn't focus too much on segregation. In fact, they didn't focus on it at all. This was all about Aretha's personal life. Aretha was, not called the Queen of Soul for nothing. She's inspiring, she's a legend, she's an icon, and a woman who carried herself like a queen until the very, very end. She performed all over the world and resonated with diverse audiences. It actually took her a very long time to get her first #1 hit. She had every reason in the world to just throw in the towel and give up. But she kept pushing through, which is something I really admire. She never let anything come between her and her music. Let me tell you, this movie takes you on an emotional roller coaster. The childhood trauma Aretha experienced, it felt a bit rushed though. I felt they could have expanded a bit more on that. But this woman endured a lot of verbal, mental, and physical abuse in her first marriage. And, so she was battling some real demons here. Her father had, everyone in her inner circle thought her husband was a bit shady from the get-go. That's a telltale sign that you should not get involved with someone. Everyone who cares about her well-being, they couldn't all be wrong. I firmly believe love at first sight can always be cured with the second look. Her husband was a mentally ill, full-blown nut job. And, he had this out-of-control ego. And so many women are, I don't want to say stuck, because you're never really stuck. But they find themselves in situations like that. So as Aretha is performing, her famous song, Chain of Fools, how appropriate, to a passionate crowd in the Netherlands, it's basically, they're showering her with love and tulips, and at that point, the nut job, Ted, comes on stage mid-performance after a fan nearly grabs Aretha before being calmed down. And Aretha is then, asked by a reporter if she had any response to a Time magazine article that claimed that, Ted, or her husband, struck her in a hotel lobby. And at that point, she gave no response. So, the angry nut job, Ted, promises to sue the magazine. But Aretha challenges You know, how is he going to sue the magazine for telling the truth, right? He attempts to hit her again. But my favorite scene is when, at that point, when Aretha stands up to him, really asserting her power, and ends the relationship right there. Honestly, I wanted to cry for her. Because even that was done with class. Now, the musical performances certainly did not disappoint. Jennifer Hudson took us to church even with the secular songs. You know, songs like Respect and Natural Woman, to me, they're not even songs at this point. Everybody knows and loves them. Those are anthems. You know, one thing about Aretha, she was never afraid to wear anything. And that's why she's a true diva. At the end, when you see her come on stage and she's, you know, about to sing Natural Woman at the Kennedy Center, she removes her fur coat. And, you know, the audience, or at least I felt, you know, things are about to get real. True boss. She made, you know, even grown men like Obama, you know, feel like a natural woman and break down crying. If you've seen Respect, share your comments below. You know, I love to hear your thoughts, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.